Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so let's move on. Here is another question. I think you can have this one either in your 8 point, is it 8.2? 8.2 homework, or it can be in review homework. Okay, so take a look. This was in the final exam last year. So let's try to solve it. How about everybody jump onto this problem right now? An estate of 681,000 is left to three siblings. Okay, three siblings. The eldest receives 2 times as much as the youngest. The middle sibling receives 14,000 more than the youngest. That's not fair.
Yeah.
No, I'm the youngest kid and I always get the last list. I don't like that. Okay, anyways, this unfair father left the estate like that. And how much did each receive? Can we figure it out? We need to find it out how much we get if we were one of the siblings, so we can fight, right? So please solve this problem. This problem. 681,000 is left. Three siblings. The eldest receives 2 times as much as the youngest. The middle sibling receives 14,000 more than the youngest. How much did each receive? It's very unfair because think about it. The first kid always lived more and ate more, used more money of their parents, right? If you want to work with your neighbor, you are welcome to do so. I'm gonna randomly call out your name that does not exclude people on the Zoom meeting. So everybody be prepared. You should be done if you're done. If you're struggling, come down. It's not easy, isn't it? Yeah. I'll give you just a few more seconds because some of you are still working on that. Okay, can we solve this together now? Okay, so let's read the question. So when you are solving the problems like this, you need to read the question carefully and bring all the information that you need, right? So you need to be selective about that. Looks like every sentence is important for us. Don't you think? Yeah, so we're gonna answer all of that. So we have given information like an estate of 681,000 is left to three siblings. Three siblings. I'm just gonna summarize this. And the eldest receives 2 times as much as the youngest. So can we represent eldest with something else? You mind? So what should I do? How about the amount of eldest gets is an A? Is it okay? We can define A is the amount that eldest gets. Okay, and B then is the middle kid's money. And C is the money that the youngest gets. How about that? Is that okay? Then let's use more information here. The eldest, so A, so that's the first information, and the second information. A, the eldest receives 2 times as much as the youngest. So it's 2 times what? C. So we got this information. And the third information we have is the middle sibling. The middle sibling is what? B receives 14,000 more than the youngest. How do I interpret that? 14 plus 14,000 plus C. Do you guys agree? So everybody has this one? Then we are done actually, right? Very good. Yeah, the middle sibling receives 14,000 more than the youngest. So you add 14,000 more to what the youngest gets. So we have 3 information here, 3 different algebraic expressions there. And the lastly, what do we know? This money, the whole thing will be gone to all 3 siblings, right? So the last thing that we can put is just rewrite this part. 681,000 is equal to the money that goes to the eldest, the money goes to the middle kid, and the youngest. Right? Now, take a look. A is written as C term. B is also written as a C term. If we substitute this A with 2C, we're going to have a C term. If we substitute B with this term, we're also going to have a C term. And everything here will be written as a C term. Then, we can just solve it, right? So I will give you about 30 seconds. Substitute A with 2C and B with 14,000 plus C. Then you will be able to solve with C. Once you find the C, you can find A as 2 times of C. You can find B as 14,000 plus C, right? So go ahead. Okay, now let's solve this one. 681,000 is equal to, instead of A, we can put that as 2C because they are same amount, right? We can substitute A with 2C. B is the same as 14,000 plus C, and we still have C. Everybody got this part? Okay, now, what do you see here? We see C terms, and we see constant, just numbers, right? We're gonna combine like terms. Are we familiar with the like terms? Yes. So to get rid of 14,000, we can subtract 14,000, but not only on one side because it's not equal anymore. So we need to do the same thing on the other side. 14,000. Then we can cancel this 14,000 out. And what do we have on the left hand side? 0, 0, 0. I have 7 there and 11. 11 minus 4, 7. 7 minus 1, 6. It's gonna be 66, no, 667 7,000 on the left hand side. How about on the right hand side? I have 2C, 1C, and 1C. How many C's all together? 2, 1, 1. 4C. Almost done, right? 4 is multiplied to 6. So to get rid of that 4, we can divide it by 4. Excellent. If you remember Math 235, we talked about divisibility. I don't know if you guys still remember. So quick review. If a number is divisible by 2, so 2 divides the number, then what's the rule for that? The divisibility test. It should be even number, right? So one's place is always 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. It's divisible by 2, even number. If the number is divisible by 4, what did we look at? So this one we looked at the single digit, the last digit, ones digit. Ones is divisible by 2. We looked at that one, okay? So every even numbers are divisible by 2. So we looked at only one's place is divisible by 2. If we want to look at divisibility by 4, what did we look at? Does anyone remember? It's been a while. You need to look at 2 digits, ones and tens together. So we need to look at 2 digits like this. And if these 2 digits are divisible by 4, then it is the whole number. A is divisible by 4. For example, something like, I can just make up any number. I know this is divisible by 4 because I look at only the last 2 digits. This is 100. 100 is divisible by 4. So yes, it is divisible by 4. For divisibility of 8, you look at 3 digits, all of this. You don't have to look at everything, but I just need to look at 3 last digits. 400 is divisible by 8, so I can say that 21,400 is also divisible by 8. Does it coming back to you? Kind of? Okay. Anyways, so this is divisible by 4 because I see the last 2 digits are divisible by 4. So if we do the division, let's just use a calculator.
I think that
Oh, thank you. C is equal to
166,750. Yeah,
750.
750.
Thank you. If C is given to you, the youngest one gets that much, we can find out how much the eldest get. We can find out how much the middle kid get by just plugging that in here. So let me use different color for that. And 2C is 2 times 166,750. And what do you get?
333,500.
Thank you. So that's how much the first one get. How about the second get? 14,000 plus 166,750. And you get
180,750.
180,750. Thank you so much. So we got these numbers for eldest, middle, and the youngest. How can we check this answer? The last part is you need to check your answer. How can we check? Add them back up, and you need to get 681,000. Okay, if it doesn't come back to that number, something went wrong. Okay, so yeah, by just eyeballing, I think we have about the number, so I think all of it is right. But to be accurate, you need to add them all together and make sure you get 681,000. How do you feel about a question like this? Yeah. Maybe you're gonna work with some middle school student problem like this, and you need to be confident about it. Okay. So do more practice. I think more practice really helps you to solve more problems easily. Okay. Okay, here's another one, problem solving. So problem solving, it takes some practice, but you can eventually find some pattern. Like, if you are given 3 information, you need to find all 3. If you have 3 sentences, then basically you can solve that problem. If you have only 1 variable, you just need only 1 sentence, 1 mathematical expression. fraction there, then you can solve it. If you have two variables to solve, you need to have at least two equations there, at least. Okay? So, here's another one. I want you to struggle on that still. Put yourself here. I said Bruno, but you can say, oh, Hannah, Jalen. You can do that, okay? Put yourself, you have 5 books overdue at the library. The fine for overdue books is 10 cents a day per book. He remembers that he checked out an astronomy book a week before he checked out 4 novels. The total there are how many books to borrow? 5 books. But differently, one was checked out earlier, 1 week earlier. If his total fine was $8.70, how long was each book overdue? Can you find it out? Okay, jump in. Think about your student at the middle school ask you to solve this problem with you. And maybe one very smart kid, gifted kid from primary school asked you to solve this problem with them. How do you solve them? You cannot simply say, I don't know, right? You need to struggle to find the answer with it. So that's one of the standards for mathematical practice that Nebraska also adopted from Common Core. Only the practice standards that the first one is here in solving the problems. So if one strategy doesn't work, you can think about different strategy. If that doesn't work, you can devise another one. So keep trying. Okay, don't give up. First thing that I want to ask you to do is I want you to unitize the unit here. I have 10 cents. So the number here is cents, but later I have dollars. So the units are not the same. Okay, so you can either change 10 cents to $0.1 or keep the 10 cents, then you need to change that dollar to 870 cents. Okay, that will help you to understand that better. Same unit always helps. Does anybody have an idea how to solve this one? So let's look. Bruno has 5 books overdue, so we know that there are 5 books. I think all the information there. The fine for overdue books is 10 cents. The fine, thank God, it's the same for every book. So 10 cents per day and per book. He remembers that he checked out an astronomy book. Astronomy book checked out 1 week before. That checked out 1 week before other books. That's another important information. And if his total fine is equal to $8.70. And the question is, how long was each book overdue? How long? Okay, so we have all the information here. Let's use that in helping to solve it. How did you start with?
Divided 870 by 10 cents
Oh, why?
to find out how many days total it was overdue, because it's like 10 cents per day.
I
Okay,
didn't know if, because the textbook was there for a week longer, first you should subtract 70 cents from it, since 7 days, 10 cents, and then divide 8 by 5.
so let me write that down. If I combine your ideas together, maybe I can set up an equation like, how did I get 870? It's from astronomy book and the 4 novels, right? Fine. So let's think about astronomy. 4 novels. Okay. So for astronomy book, we always pay 70 cents more than we pay for 4 novels, right? So if we do that, how much more, I mean, we just add 70 cents more to the fine for how many days? We don't know how many days, right? But each day we pay 10 cents. So can we write it this way for astronomy? This is how much we are paying for astronomy overdue. Do you agree? How about for 4 novels? Each book we pay 10 cents per day, but there are 4 books. So can I just simply multiply that by 4? Yeah? Now, let's take a look. How many variables do I have? Just D, right? Just one variable. And I have one sentence. And we can solve it, right? We can just simplify that. Okay, so we have A70 is equal to 70.70 plus, this is 0.10D, and I have 0.40D, right? If you don't like decimal, you can just simply multiply everything by 100, right? That's what I'm gonna do. To deal with. If you wanna keep decimal, it's also fine, no problem. If I multiply 100 on the left-hand side of the equation, what is it? 870 cents. How about this one? 70 cents. And this one, 10 cents D. And I have 40 cents D. Okay, now we can just continue. So 870 minus 70 is what we can do, because we want to get rid of this 70, right? Then what happens on the left hand side? 800, and on the right hand side, 10D and 40D. Together, 50D. Now you can just simply divide both by 50, and what is D? So divide both by 50. And D is, what did you get? 80 divided by 5. 80 divided by 5. 16? Is that what you got? Yeah, everybody? Okay, so 16 days. But it says each book. So we know that D is what? 4 novels, 16, but that's for 4 novels, right? So 4 novels are overdue. So 4 novels are overdue 16 days. But astronomy book is one we earlier checked out. So how about astronomy? Yeah, just 7 more days to that, which is 23 days. So that's gonna be the answer. I just needed more room down here. That's why I put it here, but let's go down here. Okay, so we know how to interpret, each number or any variable. Any question for this? Is it getting a little bit easier? I think so too. stop here. And those who didn't complete the survey, please do so and give it back to me. The homework for 8.2 is due Wednesday because we don't have class on Monday, right? It's Labor Day. And I also sent you guys an email about our change on the schedule in the syllabus. Did you get the email? Yeah, so originally I thought about we're gonna do some functions and some graphing, equations, those things, but I don't think we have time for that. Last semester we didn't do that, but first semester we did, and students struggled so much, and they were like, "Why do we do that when I have to teach elementary level?" Blah, 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 blah. I always think that pre-service teachers need to know more than what they need to teach, and they need to know more than their students, right? So I always wanted to give more information to you guys, but apparently I don't think it can be happening for this semester. So we're just gonna finish chapter 8 with section 1 and 2 only. Okay, I think that's good enough for up to middle school, like 8th grade. I think that's good enough. If you wanna know more and learn more about the graphing, you can always see me, or you can find your own resources like Khan Academy or whatever there is, okay? So chapter 8 test is gone. We're not doing that. There's only one quiz for this chapter, I mean, which is section 8.1 and 8.2. Okay, that is also due Wednesday. So you have 2 homework to do, right? 1 homework and the quiz. Both are due Wednesday. Okay? And yeah, along the way, I will tell you what we need to do. Okay? All right, that's it, guys, and have a great long weekend.
I did, but I don't know if it's supposed to or not.